Richard Rawlings, the charismatic star of Fast and Loud, once ruled reality television with chrome-plated confidence and a garage empire that revved up millions of fans. But today, the roar of Gas Monkey Garage has faded into eerie silence. There was no final burnout, no grand farewell tour, just a vanishing act that feels more like exile than retirement. So what really happened behind the scenes? And why does this disappearance feel like a goodbye that might last forever? Long before the cameras rolled, Rawlings was already a self-made man, a firefighter, a police officer, and a serial entrepreneur who built his empire one piston at a time. Growing up in Fort Worth, Texas, he inherited his passion for cars from his father, who took him to auto shows and taught him to work with his hands. By the age of 14, Rawlings had already purchased his first car, setting the foundation for a lifelong obsession. This wasn't just a hobby, it was the blueprint for his future. Even as he tried his hand at various careers, he never lost sight of his automotive dreams, carrying that grease-stained vision through every paycheck and career pivot. Gas Monkey Garage, founded in 2002, started as a humble operation, nothing like the glossy set it would later become. Rawlings poured everything into those early years, maxing out credit cards, working around the clock, and betting big on his ability to spot diamond-in-the-rough vehicles others had written off. That gamble paid off. Slowly, he built a reputation in the Dallas car scene for high-quality restorations with a distinctive Gas Monkey flair. But it wasn't until Discovery Channel executives caught wind of Rawlings' larger-than-life personality and sharp eye for automotive treasures that the real acceleration began. When Fast and Loud premiered a decade after the garage's founding, it catapulted Rawlings from a local businessman to a household name. With his slicked-back hair, signature beer, and razor-sharp negotiation skills, he brought a raw, unfiltered energy to automotive TV. The show's formula was simple: hunt down beat-up classics, restore them with flair, and flip them for profit. But the real magic was in the chemistry between Rawlings and master mechanic Aaron Kaufman, a dynamic duo whose banter and bickering fueled the show's success. Their contrasting personalities, Rawlings, the bombastic businessman, Kaufman, the bearded perfectionist, created a compelling yin and yang that kept fans tuning in week after week. What set Fast and Loud apart in a crowded field of automotive programming was its authenticity. Viewers weren't just watching cars get fixed, they were joining the genuine thrill of the hunt. Rawlings would disappear into forgotten barns and dusty garages across America's heartland, emerging triumphantly with neglected classics most had given up for dead. These weren't staged finds, at least not in the early seasons. Rawlings had a legitimate talent for seeing potential where others saw only rust, and fans connected with that passion. Each episode was a treasure hunt, with Rawlings as the charismatic guide through America's automotive past. For 8 glorious seasons, Rawlings was untouchable, a rock star in a world of grease and gearheads. Fast and Loud consistently ranked among Discovery Channel's top-rated shows, drawing millions of loyal viewers. Rawlings capitalized on this success with savvy business moves, expanding well beyond the garage. Gas Monkey Bar and Grill opened in Dallas, offering fans a literal taste of the brand with live music, motorcycle stunts, and a menu featuring items named after famous builds. The Gas Monkey merchandise empire exploded, with the iconic logo appearing on everything from t-shirts to tequila bottles. Energy drinks hit store shelves nationwide, and licensing deals extended the brand's reach across international markets. A Dallas garage had become a global phenomenon. Rawlings had managed what few reality stars could. He transcended the genre. Most reality shows burn bright and fade fast, but Fast and Loud seemed immune to that fate. Rawlings wasn't just the face of a show, he was the ambassador of a lifestyle, repackaging American muscle car culture for a new generation. Celebrities lined up to appear on the show, from rock stars to actors, all wanting a piece of the Gas Monkey magic. There were even rumors of spin-offs, movie deals, and a Gas Monkey theme park. But beneath the hood, trouble was brewing. The first major crack appeared in 2017, when Aaron Kaufman abruptly exited the show, shocking fans and industry insiders alike. He wasn't just a mechanic, he was the show's soul, the quiet genius who balanced Rawlings' bold persona. His departure exposed the growing strain of grueling filming schedules and manufactured drama. "We were being rushed to finish cars way faster than we should have," Kaufman later admitted, revealing a show buckling under the weight of its own hype. What started as authentic car builds had become a race against deadlines. "I couldn't put my name on work I wasn't proud of anymore," he said. The revelation hit die-hard fans like a bucket of cold water. Many had suspected the increasing theatrics, the impossible deadlines, the staged surprises, but hearing it from Kaufman himself confirmed their worst fears. The show that once stood for authenticity was now being accused of sacrificing quality for entertainment. And without Kaufman, Fast and Loud lost its spark. The chemistry that defined the show vanished, leaving a void no new hire could fill. Talented mechanics came and went, but none could recreate the magic of the original duo. Ratings began a slow, steady decline, and fan forums buzzed with discontent. What had once felt like an intimate window into high-end car restoration now reeked of formulaic reality TV. Even Rawlings, a genuine car guy at heart, found himself torn, trying to stay true to his roots while meeting Discovery's demands for bigger drama. "The show is real, but television is television," he confessed in a rare candid moment. "Sometimes we have to squeeze 2 weeks of work into 42 minutes. The pressure transformed the garage into a gilded cage, where creativity was sacrificed for clickable drama. The very success that fueled Rawlings' rise was now eating away at his foundation. Behind the scenes, the cracks widened. Former employees began speaking out quietly, and often anonymously, about grueling hours, unrealistic deadlines, and a growing workplace culture that prioritized conflict over craftsmanship. "We felt like we were sentenced to life on a TV schedule," one mechanic lamented. Beautiful cars that deserved months of careful attention were being pushed through like fast food for the cameras. "We were getting weeks, sometimes days. That's not restoration, that's just television." The pandemic brought Richard Rawlings an unexpected reprieve, a rare pause from the relentless grind that had defined his life for years. For the first time since Fast and Loud began, he had the space to reflect, to assess what the show had become compared to what he had originally envisioned. When filming resumed under new safety protocols, it was clear that something vital had been lost. The excitement was gone, replaced by a hollow, mechanical routine. Discovery Channel executives clung tightly to the formula that had delivered high ratings for years, demanding the same high-octane drama. But Rawlings craved reinvention, a return to the authentic car culture that first inspired him. The clash was inevitable. And then, with no warning or fanfare, Fast and Loud simply vanished, no grand finale, no farewell tour, just a quiet fade to black that left fans stunned. For a show that had once ruled primetime and redefined automotive entertainment, the abrupt end felt both jarring and unjust. Conflicting reports surfaced. Some claimed Discovery pulled the plug due to declining viewership, while others said Rawlings himself had walked away, burned out and eager for new challenges. The truth, as always, likely lay somewhere in the middle, a mutual recognition that the road had reached its end. But for Rawlings, this wasn't an ending, it was liberation. No longer boxed in by the constraints of network television, he redirected his energy toward new ventures, YouTube videos where he could control the narrative, merchandise lines free from corporate oversight, and live events that allowed him to reconnect with fans on his own terms. He expanded into business opportunities beyond the world of cars. There was life after Fast and Loud, and Rawlings was determined to live it fully. Yet, freedom came with its own chains. No matter how far he moved on, the shadow of Fast and Loud followed him. Every interview circled back to the show. Every public appearance sparked revival rumors. Every new project was measured against the towering legacy of his television fame. The world couldn't stop seeing him as the fast-talking, risk-taking car guru of TV, a role he could never quite escape. Like an actor forever linked to a breakthrough character, Rawlings found that his success had typecast him in the public's imagination. His empire had made him, but it had also built walls around him. He didn't leave because he was finished. He left because he wasn't. There were new stories to tell, new dreams to chase, but they had to unfold away from the glare of scripted television. Industry veterans saw the familiar pattern. Reality TV offers fame and fortune, but often at the cost of authenticity. What starts as documentation turns into performance. Real people slowly become caricatures, shaped by production schedules, network demands, and audience expectations. Richard Rawlings' journey from garage owner to TV star and back again wasn't just a personal transformation, it was a cautionary tale. His departure wasn't a dramatic explosion, it was a quiet turning of the key, a conscious exit from a spotlight that had once elevated and then entrapped him. No last burnout, no dramatic send-off, just a man quietly stepping away from a role the world refused to let him leave behind. In that silence, the truth echoed louder than ever, reverberating through the empty garage where cameras once captured every move. The doors may have closed, but the legend, flawed, triumphant, and unforgettable, lives on. It stands as a testament to the promise of American entrepreneurship and the complex cost of public success in the reality television age.